So definitely right off the bat, I'll go backtrack to a story when I was a kid and I first came out with my dad. And he told me life is like a game of baseball. And I'm like, I always use these analogies. Like my family always uses crazy analogies, but they do make sense. And he said that life is like a game of baseball. And he's like, one, you're black, you're a minority. Off the bat, life is going to be hard. You're going to have struggles. Two, you're coming out as gay now. So not only are you dealing with the fact that you're a minority, being black, now you're gay. So now you have to worry about, can you walk down the street at night and be safe? You have to worry about what is marriage going to look like for me in the future? Granted, this is back in 2006. In all of these things we discussed. And the third one, he said getting AIDS. And he was like, so, black, gay, and AIDS. 3 strikes, you're out. And he said, that's the point where no one will take you seriously. And so fast forwarding that, when I came out with my status as being positive for my parents and just publicly, I had issues with church, where people treated me differently when I would go visit churches. Off the bat within the black church, there's this stigma against being gay. So I have to deal with that, and then also my status. And then also just within the black community, it's so masculine. It's very hard to get to a position where people can sit down and just try to understand. And how I've dealt with that is basically it's all about the self-confidence within. At the end of the day, I don't let outside influences affect me. And I feel like people fear what they don't know or understand. So my job is, as a person who's black, gay and HIV positive, is to educate. If you're willing to hear my story and hear what I've gone through, then I have no problem with telling you more and getting that seed planted. Because I feel like if we go out into our communities and we plant these seeds and they start growing, it's going to be a lot better. Right now, we just kind of stay on our side and people stay on their side. We all stay on sides and no one wants to be in the middle because it's so fuzzy. But I have no problem getting my feet fuzzy or wet or dirty, whatever you call it. But I think that's what it's about. Right off the bat, I was working for a for-profit company and I wanted to do more. And so what I did, I actually started working for a nonprofit. Started working for Novam, and I was doing like prevention work, testing, outreach, and that really got my feet, I started doing the groundwork. And it was a very exciting time for me because I was learning more. I was going to training and learning more about what it is to be black and gay, what it is to be HIV positive, HIV negative, what the stages are of dealing with being diagnosed with being HIV positive. So I took all that knowledge, and now I'm working at FAHAS, which is the Fredericksburg area HIV/AIDS support services down in Fredericksburg, Virginia. And it's great because going into community and I'm being brought on board as a testing coordinator to reach out to people of color because right now they're hit hard, and I'm taking that knowledge and the knowledge in my head to go out there and reach out to them. And you would be surprised at the people out there that aren't educated on HIV. They can't even tell you what HIV stands for. So for me, doing something like that and seeing a smile, getting a hug, having somebody who just came through a risky situation and giving them a result, let's say, of negative, and seeing them relieved and crying and just really taking those moments and steps to make better choices. And then also with people who are HIV positive, interacting with them and seeing that they're on treatment and taking care of themselves. And they're dealing with the aspects of the social stigma, the mental side, and also the physical side. That's what I love doing, and that's what I've been able to do since I've been diagnosed. First thing is just reaching out. With technology nowadays, it's so easy to go online and find those resources out. So just a quick Google search of HIV services, and let's go with Montgomery, Alabama. Something's going to pop up. And just clicking on that link and finding more information about organizations. Also utilizing NMAC. I think that you guys have outstanding sort of resources. And I just think that it's just very good to get out there and look. Just like in life in general, if you want something, you're going to have to go and take it. So to get engaged in your community, you definitely have to be engaged. And that's going out and finding out the sources or just asking around. even on Facebook, something as simple as that, you can just put out a status message, I want to do this, I want to work in my community, someone help me. And that can go somewhere. So there's countless abilities, and we're no longer in a situation where you have to telegram or go through a phone book. So technology is a major portion of that. So my blog is, let me get it right. My blog is www.pauselifeofpatrick.com. So it's P-O-Z, not an S. So pauselifeofpatrick.com. youtube.com/pauselifeofpatrick. Also on Twitter, and yeah. And with me, my kind of approach is different. I don't know how long I can keep this up, but I've been recently getting a lot of messages in saying I just found out my status, or I need someone to talk to, and I've been able to kind of talk back and at least supply that kind of support. And that's what I like about it, because it's just like I didn't have that when I was positive. I didn't have someone to reach out to. And I had friends, but I was so like, it's very hard when you first find out to call somebody. It's easy to sit behind a computer screen and feel somewhat safe, and rather than being completely vulnerable.